Welcome to another Creaky Gamers Battle Report. It's Warhammer the Old World.
Let's inspect the forces and get on with it.
I'll do that in a sec. Yep. All right. So the elf spy behind the church. There are how many of them are there?
16
16
rangers
with great weapons.
Yep.
And crossbows. Yeah. Okay. And then over there we have two gyros with the steam cannons.
Yep.
Yep.
12 crossbow full command.
Yep.
We've got 13 hammerers plus Morgrim Ironbeard and the battle standard.
Yep.
Another 12 crossbows with full command. And 23 slayers plus the demon slayer.
Demon slayer. Okay. All right. My phoenix just fell over. Have to make it a bit lower, I think. Okay. And then the elves. Keithandor was riding his phoenix. He's got the ceremonial halberd, seed of rebirth, talisman of protection, dragon helm, reaver bow. It's got everything on his phoenix. 14 sword masters, 6 archers, longbows. There's an eagle out here who's about to die to these guys probably. 6 dragon princes, another bolt thrower, another 6 archers with a bolt thrower. The sea girls, 16 of them with the razor standard, another great eagle, and 6 silver helms. And I think, okay. Yep. You finished setting up first. You'll get a +1. The elves get a 2.
I get a 1, which becomes a 2.
Oh, we re-roll. I got a 1.
I got a 4.
Maintain it.
Let's go. Turn 1.
So it's the mighty dwarves again. So they're just going to reposition, turn 1, reposition the gyrocopters across there. They have scouts in our face already. So the dwarves not going to move much. Well, not at all, except for the gyrocopters. They're going to shoot at my dragon princes, but don't do any wounds. That was lucky. And then the scouts decide to try and remove my archers. They kill 4 of my archers there, I think, but the other 2 don't panic. Into the elf turn. Right, elves, turn 1. Start a turn. We don't do anything exciting, I don't think. So my elf plan is to maybe sweep around a flank. I have brought a phoenix this time. See how the phoenix goes. Keithandor on his phoenix. He does have the reaver bow, which I forget about for the first few turns, but until it's too late. So a waste of points the reaver bow was if you don't use it. It could have been handy in some cases. So I'm just going to send the silver helms up this flank as a distraction. They're going to sweep around those woods and maybe hit a flank somewhere. That's the plan. And the dragon princes, I'm a bit indecisive. Do I want to commit them straight away? So I just, I'm moving the sea girls up. My sea guard girls, and then the dragon princes move up, and then I'm going to move. I could have just marched the dragon princes up the middle if I was going to commit, and I wasn't sure what to do with them. And then over here, the sword masters are going to challenge the scouts, and then Keithandor on his phoenix is just going to hide behind the building there until later on. No need to get him shot too early. There's a nice building there for him to keep behind. And then we've got a little bit of shooting ourselves. No bolt throwers this time. Just some cheap little units of archers. And then I cast the conveyance spell. I should have just marched these guys up. Should have just gone for it. Anyway, the dragon princes are committed. They're impetuous. So they're going to be going in next turn. If there's any of them left. We'll see what happens. And then I throw a couple of magic missiles, a couple of fireballs at the crossbows. And I put out the old favourite, the Pillar of Fire, up there as well. So maybe that'll disrupt the dwarf gun lines. He hasn't got any war machines for me to get this time. No cannons to blow up themselves. So there's the Pillar of Fire and a few magic missiles. But not much happened. But I have committed the dragon princes. They're going to have to do something. Let's see how they go. First time using the Dragon Princes.
Turn 2.
That's turn 2.
So, yes, the Dwarves turn 2. Well, there's not much movement going on. I think the gyrocopters are just going to hop across to threaten my mage. He fails to dispel the Pillar of Fire, and it fails to get into contact with any of the Dwarves. So the scouts there, they've got a good shot here at my Swordmasters. There, so there's the gyrocopters march over there. And they realise that he can't shoot if he march, but my level 4 on her horse is in a bit of trouble there with 2 gyrocopters bearing down on her. Then the scouts, they have a shot at the Swordmasters, and I think I lose 2 or 3 Swordmasters. But the Swordmasters are committed there. They're going to have to charge, see if they can kill the scouts. And the crossbows there try and shoot the Dragon Princes, and the Dragon Princes' armour holds. So well done, Dragon Princes. They're going in. They're going in turn 2. Okay, Elves turn 2. I will move the Pillar of Fire. It goes 3. So it's going to go bump, bump through both of them. Yep. So just pop it out the back there. Yep. And it does. On the, it's D3 plus 3, strength 3 hits. So on the crossbows, so it's 6. I need 5s. 2. 2 at -2.
That's 2 dead.
And then on the Slayers, it's 4. 3.
3 dead.
Right, at the start of turn thing. So yeah, the Pillar of Fire doing Pillar of Fire things. Do a couple of wounds here and there. It's not devastating, but nobody wants a Pillar of Fire going through their lines. And probably, could knock a wound off a character or something. Anyway, there's a charge there. The Swordmasters, the elite of the elite High Elf units, is going to go into the Scouts with their great weapons. So we'll see how they go. So they're in, the Swordmasters. And the other one is the Dragon Princes are going into the crossbows. So the Dragon Princes went in there into the crossbows. And I've got to try and get my level 4 away from these 2 gyrocopters who have put some pressure on her. And then deciding whether I'm going to move the Phoenix up or not. So, oops, I forgot I did have a couple of bolt throwers there. So my only hope here is, there's my level 4. She's going to try and cast some magic missiles and so on onto the gyrocopters. Does a couple of wounds. The Seagirls are going to shoot it as well, but their toughness 5, and I'm having trouble wounding them. And a couple of bolt throwers into them as well. And after all that shooting, I've got to get rid of these gyrocopters, or they're just going to charge my mage and tie her up, maybe even kill her. So, got rid of that one, and then we're going to go into the combat phase. We'll start here with the Dragon Princes, charging Dragon Princes with their lances and their superior weapon skill, etc. They're only going to kill a few of the Quarrelers, and the Quarrelers will pass their break test and actually just give ground. So they're going to be in front of the Slayers, which is probably good for me. My plan is for those guys to flee when they get charged. That's my cunning plan. I did move the Phoenix up to charge those Quarrelers and the Eagle around there as well. So that's the other plan, to go in there. And then the Swordmasters, the elite of the elite. I think their weapon skill's 6 and everything. And they don't do too much damage. It's pretty bad rolling, I think. And then they get smacked back in return because they're in a big long line, the Scouts with their great weapons. So their retaliation with the Elves being toughness 3 is going to be pretty devastating. So not as good as I thought, but yeah, so what did we do? 4 wounds. We killed 4, but then they're about 10 wide, so there's another 6 come back, and every hit is pretty much a dead Swordmaster. So pretty much a drawn combat. The dwarves pass, and I think they just give ground. So they just push them back 2 inches.
Turn 3.
Yeah. 3. I mean, they're good, but they're like dwarves. You don't get much of an army.
Yeah, but
And any hits, just like, and they don't have that
but
great
they're,
armor.
but they're fast.
They're fast, yeah. And a high initiative, they hit hard. Yeah. The Dragon Prince, well, I rolled 6s to save. I could have 2 dead dragons.
Yeah, true. Yeah. All right, clear charges.
Yeah.
Gyrocopter's going to charge the
wizard.
yeah, the witch.
Charge my beautiful queen. Yeah.
Elf witch. I'm going to charge you dragon princes with the crossbows and with the king's unit.
Yeah. They're the Dragon Princes. Are going to flee. So they go 2d6. So they're going 6 plus another swift stride.
Oh,
They're going 7. So they go from the greatest unit strength, which is these guys.
Oh,
no!
9.
So you go and hit them,
Yeah.
and they'll be destroyed. Yep. Yeah, again. And then those guys, they won't make it, but they'll go their full charge, which is going to be 6.
Yeah.
Yep. And my Dragon Princes, they rolled a 1. Oh, a 1, 2 1s in that flee.
All you needed was another
Another 2 or something.
A 2 would have got your way.
Yeah.
Because I was 8 away and I rolled 9.
I thought it was a real cunning
Cunning
play.
play.
Cunning play.
I'm going to do my other moves.
Yeah, other moves, yeah.
Let's go.
Well, I did think it was a cunning plan. The Dragon Princes were going to go in and then draw the dwarves out into the middle, and where I could shoot them and magic them. But it wasn't to be. So I've lost the Dragon Princes, and we didn't even kill those crossbowmen. So that was a bit of a waste. And now this gyrocopter has charged my archmage, and she's going to die, I think. Yeah, he's going to wound her, and then so the archmage, I didn't give her any protection. She's not supposed to be out there on her own, and I really couldn't only kill one gyrocopter. So there I've lost my level 4. So in this turn I've lost my Dragon Princes and my level 4. So things looking grim for the Elves, but I still do have Keithandor on his Phoenix. And I do still have a front rank here of my Sword Masters. I think there's 7 of them. I had 14 at one stage. So they're going to swing first with their massive weapon skill 6. But they don't do much. How many? You'll kill 1 or 2. And then the rest of the scouts will swing back. And every hit really hurts. And so there's only about 3 or 4 Swordmasters left. And I think that combat ends up being an actual draw. So, well, we live and learn. Yep, Elves turn 3. Start a turn. Well, I don't have any magic left. So we're going to have to fight fair now.
Is it really fair though? That was one of your aces.
Yeah. Well, it did a little bit of damage. So I've lost the Dragon Princes for no return. So Keithandor on the Phoenix and the Eagle are going to go into those crossbows down on that corner there. I still have the Sea Girls, and I'm moving the the Silver Helms are moving up on their flank there to try and outflank them. Still have an Eagle over there. And the Sea Girls, they have a good round of shooting here, helped out by the 2 bolt throwers as well. They're able to remove those crossbows that just slaughtered the Dragon Princes when the Dragon Princes didn't run very fast. Then the combat, here's my mighty Sword Masters. They managed to kill 2 of the scouts, but then the scouts swing their great weapons and slaughter all of the Sword Masters. So now I've lost the Sword Masters as well. So it's turning into a bit of a disaster. Keithandor on the Phoenix, which I forgot about his Reaver bow, so he could have been shooting his Reaver bow at this point, but he does kill a few of those crossbows, and we move into turn 4.
Turn 4.
So into the Dwarves turn 4, the gyrocopter's sweeping around the back to try and flame my sea girls, and Keithandor on the Phoenix and the Eagle will finish off those crossbows, and then he's still got his scouts, still got plenty of scouts there moving around the corner. He's turned the King's unit back in to face Keithandor on the Phoenix, and we some victory. We do remove those crossbows, the Quarrelers, and we turn to face the King's unit. So that's the end of the Quarrelers, and we do pass our test not to pursue there. And
Your turn.
Elves.
Elves turn 4. Yeah. And they start to turn things. Movement.
Well, now I realise I'm not putting up my best display as an Elven general, but if I just rolled one more pip on the dice with the Dragon Princes, they would still be alive. Anyway, disappointing the Swordmasters. Not the Swordmasters would have cleaned up the Scouts. Anyway, I'm going to not going to engage the King's unit. So the Phoenix, Keithandor on his Phoenix, just moves out of arc of the King's unit, and we're going to send the Eagles and the Phoenix back towards the Scouts there. I'm going to remember that I've got the Reaver bow, and I'm going to shoot at the Scouts, shoot them with some of the bolt throwers as well. So if anything, I'm going to try and get rid of those Scouts there. Shoot them with everything I've got, and then I'm going to get stuck in them with the Phoenix if I don't do anything else. And I have moved the Silverhelms. You can't quite see them off the screen there. They are up on the corner there. They're facing off against the Slayers, so probably not a good idea for the Silverhelms to charge the Slayers. And the Sea Girls are shooting at the Slayers as well, so I'm thinking maybe if I whittle the Slayers down a bit, I might be able to finish them off with the Silverhelms. That's my plan at this stage.
Turn 5.
So we're into the Dwarf turn 5, and the Dwarf turns are very short. Haha. The King's unit, he's not going to see combat with the King's unit because I'm not going to go and charge into them. And the Slayers are throwing down the gauntlet to the Silverhelms. His scouts, they finish off one of my little units of archers. And that's pretty much it for the Dwarf turn. So they haven't got much left, but it's worth a lot of points what is left.
Right, Elves turn 5. Nothing to do. Charges. The Silverhelms will charge over there. Yeah. They'll go for it. Now when they were going to die to the Demon Slayer, I guess. Well, we might kill some...
You probably will.
Oh, he's got some initiative. What's his initiative?
5.
5. Oh, we might go first.
You will, I'd say, wouldn't you?
Yeah. This eagle... Oh, how far is he?
Well, against my better judgment, I do send the Silverhelms in, and here I go for a long bomb charge with the Phoenix and fall 1 inch short. So one more pip on the dice, I would have made it in there. A bit like the Dragon Prince's flea roll. So the Eagle ends up going into them on his own, and then the Dragon Princes are into the Slayers. So a bit of shooting. So we're shooting the King's unit, putting everything we can into the King's unit. The Sea Girls, the archers, the bolt throwers, everything. Maybe we can whittle them down or something. Anyway, it's up to the Eagle and the Silverhelms to win some combats maybe. Yeah, so the Sea Girls do a bit of shooting. We maybe take a couple of the King's units off. King's support. Anyway, there's the Eagle. The Eagle goes into the Scouts, and I think I kill one Scout. Geez, they're hard to kill. And of course, they turn around, swing, and kill the Eagle. So that failed charge cost me there. And the Silverhelms, well, they go in and they do a bit of damage. But he does have a Dragon Slayer in there. Demon Slayer. Anyway, the Demon Slayer, he always causes me a lot of trouble. So we do kill a few of the Slayers. And then the Slayers do their on death. When they die, they do another hit on you. So that actually does kill a couple of Silverhelms. and then the Demon Slayer kills the rest of the unit. I think I only have one left at the end. So maybe I should have waited another turn there before I went in. So I think we lose that combat, and then we work out later on that the champion of the Silver Helms should auto break because he's outnumbered 2-1 or something.
Final round. Turn 6.
So it's another very short dwarf turn. The king's unit spinning around, chasing eagles. He's not going to do anything, but he's just going to hide from the shooting. The gyrocopter swoops over here and flames some of my archers, and the scouts shoot at them as well. So my little units of 6 archers. I think there's one guy left maybe. He runs. Or falls back. Anyway, well, he breaks. He actually breaks. And then the Slayer, or the Demon Slayer, finishes off the last of the Silver Helms. So I've thrown away the Silver Helms, and the Dragon Slayers are still alive. And that's pretty much it. We play out the final turn for the Elves. So I've lost way too many points here. And the Phoenix is going to go into the back of the scouts. The Phoenix, Keithandor, should be able to finish off those scouts finally. But those scouts have killed a unit of archers, killed 2 units of archers, I think, and my sword masters. So they've really done well. And this gyrocopter actually did charge and kill one of the bolt throwers. We missed that. And then he's just come back on. And he came back on and flamed a unit of archers. So this gyrocopter has killed my archmage, killed a bolt thrower, and killed a unit of archers. So he's done pretty well. So the only final victory we have is when the Keithandor slays the scouts finally. So it's going to be a major victory to the dwarves. My tactics were not sound, I don't think, but if only I just rolled one more pip on the Dragon Princess flea roll, they would be alive. One more pip here on the first charge I did with the Phoenix, and they would be alive as well. So I think the army list was okay. Just I didn't execute the plan very well, and some of the dice let me down. Geez, the sword masters let me down. I thought they would absolutely mince the scouts, but they didn't. Anyway, it was a good game, and we had time for another game, so we racked up again for the next game versus the Tomb Kings. So we'll see the dwarves take on the Tomb Kings. Hopefully they do a bit better. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Another victory to the dwarves. Okay, bye for now.
Thanks for watching another Creaky Gamers production. We hope it wasn't too bad.